Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going over MLB playoff predictions for 2022. Let's get right into it. First up, for the National League, we got the number 4 LA Dodgers versus the number 5 Atlanta Braves. For a third straight season, the Dodgers and Braves will meet in the postseason. This is a bit of a shocker for some, but the Dodgers are not winning the NL West. Yes, the team is insanely loaded with talent, and Freddie Freeman has been a very solid addition from the team that they will end up playing. Their starting rotation has performed exceptionally well with guys like Julio Urias and Walker Buehler. The Dodgers bullpen is a bit of a concern, with their new addition Craig Kimbrell struggling to find his rhythm. He will need to find it eventually if he wants to help lead his team over the Braves, who went on a 14-game win streak earlier this season. Ronald Acuna Jr. has come back with a vengeance from his ACL injury, and Dansby Swanson has been scorching hot in the last month and a half. The reigning World Series champs will look to send the Dodgers packing for a second year in a row. Next up, the number 3 St. Louis Cardinals versus the number 6 Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers are barely holding on to the NL Central Division lead, up by just one game, and it's easy to see why. This team is sitting 24th in the league in batting average at a measly .234 average. Christian Yelich continues to look worse by the day, but luckily for the Brewers, their starting rotation is by far one of the best in the league, with guys like Corbin Burnes and Brandon Woodruff leading the charge. That brings us to the Cardinals, who have been on a roll recently. Everyone is talking about Paul Goldschmidt, who went on a 25-game hitting streak earlier on in the season. Nolan Arenado has also been incredible since coming over from Colorado a few years ago. This is the last ride for Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina, and the Cardinals want to go out with a bang. Next up, the number 1 New York Mets and the number 5 Atlanta Braves. Yes, somehow the Mets probably won't choke this season. Truly a miracle, I know, but they have too much talent to throw it away. Pete Alonso has taken on the name of Solar Bear due to his ability to crush every pitch that he sees. Francisco Lindor is having an absolutely phenomenal bounce-back season and is finally starting to play up to his contract. Taijuan Walker has been a monster on the mound this season in the absence of both Scherzer and DeGrom, and when those two come back for the Mets, it may be over for the National League. This two-headed monster could be put to test against the Braves, who were picking to knock off the Dodgers in their first matchup. Next up, at number 2, the San Diego Padres versus the number 3 St. Louis Cardinals. The Padres have been in the hunt for the top of the NL West, all while being without star shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Machado is having one of the best seasons of his career. Joe Musgrove and Blake Snell have been dominant on the mound as of late, and the Padres are looking to finally take down their bigger brother in the Dodgers in their own division, and if they can do that, they can make some noise this postseason. A team this young will be put to test early, however, as a team with a ton of veteran leadership in the Cardinals will knock off their interdivision rival in the Brew Crew in their first matchup. And now over in the American League, we've got the number 4 Toronto Blue Jays versus the number 5 Tampa Bay Rays. The Blue Jays are one of the most fun teams to watch in baseball. Vlad Jr., Bo Bichette, and Gabriel Moreno lead the youth charge for the team up north. George Springer, when healthy, has been an excellent addition to the lineup. Alek Manoah has emerged as a true number 1 pitcher for Toronto as well, but you can't count out the Tampa Bay Rays, who've been playing the analytical game to perfection over the last few years. The Rays got a sniff of the World Series in 2020 and will look to reach the promised land again, but this time with one of baseball's most exciting young players in Wander Franco. Next up, at number 3, the Minnesota Twins taking on the number 6 Boston Red Sox. Yes, the AL Central is probably the worst division in the MLB, but the Twins are still a pretty good team themselves. Carlos Correa has proven that the massive deal he signed was worth it, and Byron Buxton has been putting on a show for the Twin Cities. Pitching is the main concern for the Twins, who've struggled to find any consistency. They will look to win their first playoff series in 20 years, but it won't be easy. The Red Sox have been inconsistent at best, but when they're hot, boy, they are hot. Rafael Devers has been smoking baseballs over the Green Monster for the past few months now, and Trevor Story has found himself getting comfortable in his new position. This is a team that can score a lot of runs, and against a struggling Twins rotation, it doesn't look good for Minnesota. Next up, the number 1 New York Yankees versus the number 4 Toronto Blue Jays. It seems to be New York's year for baseball. The Yankees had some doubts coming into the season as they refused to spend money in the offseason, but they have surely shut the haters up. Aaron Judge is playing MVP baseball and is showing no signs of stopping. And Anthony Rizzo is finally starting to heat up. Jordan Montgomery and Nestor Cortes Jr. are just unfair to have as starting pitchers. If the Yankees end up playing the Blue Jays in the divisional round, it would truly be a slugfest for the ages that no baseball fan would want to miss. And next up, the number 2 Houston Astros versus the number 6 Boston Red Sox. The most hated team in baseball just refuses to go away. The Astros keep rolling off guys like Kyle Tucker hitting stride and the big left-handed hitter Yordan Alvarez. Justin Verlander is aging like fine wine and brings in a serious punch on the bump for Houston. The Astros will look to try and avenge last season's World Series loss and prove that they can win without cheating, but they'll have to see a familiar face in Boston, who will make sure the Twins do not have a series win in 2 decades. In a rematch of last season's ALCS, there is sure to be bad blood between these teams. With that, that's going to do it for today's video, so thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. We'll see you guys next time.